Hey Nigerians, I want to believe that the economic state of Nigeria is what concerns everybody, and and every one of us are going to make use of the channel by which or through which our voices will be heard. And as for me, I believe I have a voice as a citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have been discharging my own duty according to the capacity given to me. And when it was time to vote, I voted the sitting governor. And as per the federal level, I have a registered business. I pay tax, I pay VAT. And sometimes ago, I complained about the constant deduction on my business account. And my bank told me that it was a federal government stamp duty levy on every registered business. So I pay VAT, I pay tax. So I have a voice as a citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are not going to say we are ignorant of the economic state of the country, and we understand the fact that so many Nigerian youths have run out of this country. And I know that if the American government says that anyone that applies in the next 24 hours will become a citizen, Nigeria will be empty. Because the vision of every Nigerian right now is to leave the country. Basically, we have two types of youths in the country. We have the educated, empowered, and the privileged. We have the uneducated, unempowered, the illiterate, and hungry young people. People who are elite, people who are educated, and those ones that are enlightened and understand where Nigeria need to go are in their minority. Those ones that are hiding in the villages and bushes who become hooligans and hoodlums, they do not even have food to eat 3 times one day. Those are the ones that have become tools in the hands of the politicians. Those are the ones that will one day set this country ablaze. The increase in prices of commodity is just so alarming that even those who work day and night look as if they have not done anything. And I want to believe that the government is not unaware. The government is not unaware of the economic hardship in Nigeria, and we cannot turn deaf ear to all of this. So many people cannot even afford to eat once in a day. Some people cannot afford more than a meal in 2 days. You see, family man, he can't even feed himself, not to talk of feeding his children. You see, all of this, I want to believe that the duty of the government is to make sure that the safety of life and property is secured. And when people cannot feed, we want to believe that it is not everyone that will sit down and be waiting for miracle to happen, because life is not governed by miracle, it is governed by principle. A whole lot of people are just going to go crazy. People will go crazy and they will start doing things that are unspeakable. We beseech the government or those ones that are in charge of the economy to please help us see to this, help us see to it. And I want to believe that if there is anything that should be available, at least food should be available. Food should be, you see, building house, buying cars, and all of those things. You understand? All those things are just secondary. But the basic needs of life, the source of livelihood, food, clothing, and shelter, all those things should be available. If you are not feeding, if you have not eaten, there is no how you can be able to work or do anything or gather energy. So please, let's those who are in charge of this should please tag the targetables, help us to let the government know that people are suffering, things are getting too expensive. People are no more safe even in their own home. And I want to believe that the government are working, but we want them to help us look more into the economic situation. The hardship is just too much. A whole lot of people have turned to they have turned to armed robbers. You understand? Sometimes ago, I went out, and before I came in, the house had been burgled. You see, if all these youths, if they are able to get job, to get work, many of them will not result into, stealing things and all of that. So please help us look into the economic hardship. You understand? I know that some people will come and say, oh, why can't you go and tell them? Of course, everyone knows that if I go to Aso Rock, they will not allow me to see the president, even though I have the right to do so, because I'm a citizen of the country and I have a voice, and no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. But each and every one of us, as I've said, we use channel by which our voices will be heard. You understand? Every one of us has a niche on the cyberspace, but once there are issues that is affecting us like this, we will talk about it. So please mind your comments at the comment section, and make sure that everything you are going to say is going to be something that is real. Don't come and parabolate for us here. It is so clear, it is glaring, it is crystal clear that things are hard in Nigeria. People are suffering. People can no longer even feed themselves. So please help us tag the targetables. Let the government see to this hardship is getting too much. Yes, and if we refuse to do things that we ought to do, if you refuse to do things the way it should, we have just created a ticking time bomb that will one day explode. Nigerians are suffering. Governments, please help us find something to do to the price of things that is skyrocketing. Thank you, guys.